Welcome back to my channel. Don't let anybody deceive you that the Northerners are Democrats in any way, shape, or form. The Arewa Consultative Forum, the Arewa elders, the Arewa politicians and elites, we have not seen them for one moment, the likes of Rufai, who are currently on the run for their political sustainability and survival. They have not spoken one word against the purported coup organized by their sons and brothers from the north to topple President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You see, what is going on is Nigeria is not a nation where you will tell me that you want to be a one Nigerianist and you will survive. For this reason, I will tell you that I will only going forward only support a man, a candidate that will put the interest of his region, of his people first before the Nigerian contraption. Because it is clear that in the past, the men that tried it, the likes of Obasanjo, the likes of Jonathan, they were all disgraced while they were still in power. Oh, Obasanjo was rolling, was begging. And Jonathan was chased out of the seat of power in 2014 by those who have seen themselves as the true owner of the country called the Nigerian nation. You see, the names of the coup plotters have been released. Their faces, as you can see it on my screen, also has been exposed. But to my surprise, the Arewa elders, these are the people that will always come out and tell Tinubu that Tinubu, you cannot be Yorubanizing the nation. These are the people that kept quiet when Buhari was doing something similar to that. But today, they are saying that enough is enough. Tinubu must be what? Kicked out. Oh yes. Because when they are quiet, when they fail to come out and speak openly against the purported coup, their silence seems to me to be an approval. Their silence seems to me to be some level of grievances that the coup was not successful. Oh yes. The coup wasn't supposed to just topple Tinubu. The coup was supposed to kill the president. But somehow, as God will have it, the commander of the Nigerian Defense Intelligence, Committee exposed them. A man from Cross River exposed these people who expected Tinubu to go in there and neutralize the Nigerian contraption. For them, it seems that Tinubu has gone past his boundary. For them, they believe Tinubu would comply to whatever agreement he might have had with them in 2022 at the Arewa House. Because Tinubu pushing a Muslim ticket was a signal to the Fulani oligarchs that never in this century, never in this era, will the Christians have a voice. That was what they thought. They felt the Muslim ticket was a deal that will permanently silence the people of the Middle Belt. But contrary was what they meant. Opposite was what Tinubu kept on doing. Because under Tinubu's regime, Tinubu said, I will never be controlled by the Northerners. After all, I am more educated, more enlightened, and most importantly, I am even more wealthy than them. They find this very hard to believe. So many plans have been plotted, concocted. While we are celebrating that this coup failed, I know that there will be so many agendas out there outlined by these Arewa elders, elite. Because if they cannot go out there and protest that they are defending the democracy Nigeria deserves, then they have no impetus to speak about national unity. They should not have any temerity to call Tinubu a bigot. Oh, because their grandfather, their patron in bigotry, in the Fulani hierarchy, Muhammad Buhari, who is now led with his full chest. Gidigba, he led nepotism with his full chest. In fact, Buhari did the undoable. Buhari broke all the records of federal character. But somehow they want us to, no, the Yorubas cannot be the only one. The Southerners cannot be the only one filling up the CBN, the NNPC. The North Central Yorubas, North Central Igbos cannot be in charge of, Meshonugidia. It is over for we in the South to try and play the ostrich. Because for many years, we have always known that there's only one thing these Arewa elders like: for them to be in charge of the political, social, economic space. They want a situation whereby it is their beck and call that is it too. They want a situation whereby nobody challenges them. They want a situation whereby everything they want, they demand, they cry for is what is attended to. But it is over. Yes, you had your 8 years. It is the turn of the South now. Tinubu is doing what everybody in the South seems to some way, somehow support. Bigotry. Let everywhere be filled up with a bigoted actions, because you cannot imagine that Tinubu had not have instructed allies around him, whereby he has played with the federal character. What do I mean? The chief of defense staff, maybe he was a Fulani man. The chief of army staff, let's say, was a Kanuri man. The naval officer was a Yoruba man, whatever. Let me just put it that way. And there was, the chief of staff was, imagine what could have happened. Just imagine. This man would have been caught like, you know the way they catch a snail, you know how they catch snail? You don't see where person they run catch snail. Easy peasy, you just unpick a snail. That is how Tinubu would have been captured. The capture of Tinubu is not just the capture of the Yoruba man. It is the capture of the dignity of the South in totality. And this is why I keep saying that this idea of the ADC political party, who have been crying, saying that they will want to go into primaries. What Atiku is trying to do is to challenge the very existential existence of the Southerners in this contraption called Nigeria. No Northerner should be told that it is still the turn of the South. No matter how high placed you are, whether you are the first son or you are even the Sultan or the Emir, you should understand that this 8 years is for a Southerner. And you should respectfully step down. This is what Tinubu did in 2019. In 2019, so many people were already ready to finance Tinubu. We said, no, let me step down. The same thing was what Peter Obi did. Peter Obi looked at the political space. He looked at it. Whose turn is this? He said, oh, it is still the turn of the North. And he willfully and willingly partnered with Atiku as the deputy, the vice president. But when it is the turn of the North, I have always said it, if you like them guys like you now, you sabi. They will always come up with stories that, oh, no, Nigeria is not like that. Let us push unity. This and this and that. I saw a Kano State parliamentarian shedding bitter tears that they reject the recruitment of the customs. That this is urbanization. Okay, your children fail. They write tests, then fail. Stephanie. If they pass, they will be they'll be admitted. They are crying that Lagos got 100 and something people, Ogun State got 170 something people. That how come Kaduna is getting, Kano State is getting just 15? The point is, did they pass the exams? That's it. If they feel that the packed is down, then they should go and carry out a forensic audit of the results through with using an external body. But you know what they are calling for? Let it be as Buhari did it now. Buhari didn't have to go through all those rigorous processes to recruit officers. All he needed to do was just look at their names. Okay, this one now Dantala, yeah, collect up. No, we will not continue to remain in that shambles and state of stagnancy, whereby what we do to appoint people is to look the color of their skin, their competence, whether they are competent or not. Then we look at their tribe. No, we will not continue that way. What we want to do as a nation is to quietly do what the North did. If in your time you pushed and what you were silent when Buhari was pushing for Northerners, now it is the turn of the South. Let the South do the same. If the Southern candidates failed or not, as long as they're Southerner, let them be employed. No, they said two can play the game. That's it. And they said iron bended or sharpened iron. No be so? Abba. I'll be a naive person to come out and tell you, no. Buhari did it. Buhari does it. Buhari was not aware. Okay, Tinubu is not aware too. Let Tinubu also appoint all the Yorubas, the Igbos, the Middle Belter. He's not aware too. Those foul cry, those crocodile tears of the Northern Arewa leaders, for me, should be collected with a bucket and discarded into the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, because two can play the game on this game of bigotry.
An uncommon SGF. You see, I want to appeal to us all. By this conception, the North, the region that is so dear to me, will be eligible for the presidency in 2031, not 2027. I said this because I love you. We love all of you. Let us not do something that will undermine our territorial integrity, and tomorrow people may be tempted to support others against us. Nigeria will not cease to exist.
The meeting of the Arewa Consultative Forum was convened to tackle the growing security challenges in Nigeria, with a particular focus on northern Nigeria. Chairman of the ACF Board of Trustees, Bashir Dalhatu, highlighted corruption, poverty, environmental degradation, and bad governance as critical issues that require a renewed and vigorous fight.
As a matter of fact, we owe our people, the people of northern Nigeria, deep apologies for our collective failure to protect the region from falling into one of the worst crises in its history. Growing joblessness, especially among the youth, and the twin calamities of Almajiri and street children are all crying for solution.
The ACF advised the North to be ready to engage proactively in any upcoming constitutional reviews to safeguard its interests, emphasizing the urgent need to address the region's challenges.
Nothing can be further from the truth. We must put all and sundry on notice that the North is ready, now and in future, and will be willing to consider any proposals for changing the constitution as well as the administrative structure of Nigeria that may be put on the table. If and when the occasion arises, the North will surely use whatever is available to it in pursuit of its legitimate interests.
The forum also expressed concern over the diminishing effectiveness of traditional institutions, which have been weakened by political pressures, thereby affecting their authority and role in conflict resolution. Abimaje Moses, AIT News, Kaduna.
They say that first to do no dey pay. Now when the second person try to do him own, now the first doer go dey cry. Today the Northerners are crying, because out of 1,700 and something slots in the customs that just got open, Southwest in its totality, Lagos got 207, followed by Ogun State that got 150. In a nutshell, the whole of Southwest, South, including Southeast, they got more slots than the North. When I saw Northern leaders, and you have it on my screen, they are saying that Katsina got only 15, that Abana, that this is unfair. Well, quickly let them watch this, and then I'll continue my analysis.
What's your name?
I'm Kabiru Mustafa by name.
Huh?
Kabiru Mustafa.
What local government?
Oshupe local government.
Where are you from?
I'm from my tribe.
Where am I? Where are you from originally?
Kaduna State.
From where?
Kaduna State.
Kaduna State.
I'm Alkali Monde by name.
Okay.
Yes, I'm from Kaduna State.
Okay.
I'm living in Kampala with my brother.
With your brother?
Yes.
And you are coming out under what local government?
Lagos Island.
Local government.
Yes.
Do you have a family house in Lagos?
Okay, yeah, right there you can see. During the era of Buhari, in Lagos State, what we have was people came to all the way from north to claim the military slot that rightfully belongs to the Southwesterners. Okay, in fact, under Buhari in the DSS, they were recruiting Northerners in the dark. They will conduct exams in the middle of the night without anybody being aware. They did this thing so that people started reporting Buhari's nepotism to the international communities. All these same people who have now found their voice today were silent. They were all silent, all the traditional leaders. Every one of them did not say a word, Pim. But today, because Tinubu is saying that, I will continue where Buhari stopped. In nepotism, myself, I go do my own version. They cry. They are saying that Tinubu has destroyed what is called Federal Character Commission. No. The person that destroyed it is Buhari. So we cannot be correct to say Tinubu destroyed Federal Character Commission by omitting Buhari. No. That is hypocrisy. I won't be a part of it. As you all know, I am an objective political analyst, and I do not necessarily take side. If a Northerner comes today and he begins to do well, I will support him. Tinubu on this nepotism is doing well. Yes, because we know that if you do bad, you should await bad to come and visit you. You cannot plant bitter leaf and you think you will harvest sweet potato. We disagree. For as long as you the Northerners, for as long as we the Southerners, we do not want to say to ourselves, we cannot continue in this vicious circle of the North and South debacle. Because Nigeria has been set on a perpetual infighting journey. A fight that will never know end. We have been having this fight since the era of Ahmadu Bello. In fact, before the era of Ahmadu Bello, since the era of Uthman Danfodio, we had the issue of the Afoja and the Fulani, Alimi. We had the issue of the Igalas versus the Uthman Danfodio conquest. So you can see that we are not formed, created, positioned in any way to be together. In the Southwest, our favorite soup is what? Ewedu and Amaladudu. In the North, your own favorite food is what? Tuwo, Chikafa, Demian Kuka. In the Southeast, your own favorite food is Ofe Sala and Opa. In the South, your own favorite food is Edika Eko. So what is there? What is the similarities? If there will be any form of similarities in the South, maybe between the Southwest, the middle, what's it called? Some parts of the Middle Belt, some part of the Bini, then some part of Delta. We have the Shekiri, Then from the Niger Delta to the southeast, down into